All right, guys, good morning to everybody. Today's the 13th of February, 2026. We are just one day away from Valentine's Day. And of course, that is tomorrow, which is a Saturday, right? Yeah, then that will be a day for everybody to celebrate, yeah, for their loved ones, yeah. Okay, now CRAZII Global Market Talk with KEL starts now. CRAZII anytime, anywhere. Now, one guys thinks that a lot of people have been asking me, KEL, how did you know the US market will fall yesterday? Now, yesterday during this market talk, I told you guys the selling will come in either yesterday or today. And indeed, the market really happened. And the best thing is this, the market just sold off without even explaining what actually happened. Of course, there's some speculation. I'll go into those details, but most important, did you do what you're supposed to do? Now, many people were caught in the selling of the gold yesterday when the gold came down $150. Now, this was really unexpected, but we did mention to you, follow OP rule, follow pivot 2 rule, and it's very, very important to follow the OP and pivot 2. And of course, if you have followed, congratulations. If you didn't follow, you get caught, then that is something that you can review and ask yourself what happened, where you go wrong, okay? Because CRAZII is a system whereby as long as you follow the rules, you are fine. But if you're going to go against the rule, then of course you have to take the precaution and that things that may go very, very wrong. All right. So of course, disclaimer apply as usual. Please do your risk management. My job is to share things with you. All right, let's go to fundamental first. Now, first thing first, the Epstein files. Oh my God. Goldman Sachs top lawyer Cathy to step down after email fallout. We all know that this Epstein file is going crazy, going everywhere. And of course, many people, names are getting involved there, including Bill Gates. All right, this is really insane. Hopefully this will stop here. If not, it may burn down and more things may just happen. And at the same time, we saw Cisco shares came down as memory price pressure margins. Then we have the more news about this. All right, Trump tariff coming in. All right, and of course, the U.S. House votes to override Trump's Canada tariff. So this tells you a lot of things about the potential of the Supreme Court. And of course, at the same time, today we have the CPI data. I'll talk about that shortly, yeah? Okay, let's talk about stock market first. Now, the stock market, the Dow Jones lost 600 points as S&P falls for the third day as the AI disruption continued to rattle the market. Now, the market lost 669 points or 1.34% because of Cisco, down by 12% after the maker of networking hardware for switches and routers issued disappointing guidance for the current quarter, yeah? So because of that, everybody feels that the whole thing is no longer going to continue. So of course, at the same time, for financial stock like Morgan Stanley, okay, coming off. And also we have the real estate like CBRE, SL Green Realty, all coming off expected. And then software stocks, like example, like Palantir, down by 5%, down by 27% from its high. Autodesk down by 4%, and also the expanded tech software sector ETF down by 3%. So all this thing tells you a lot about the current what they call sentiment. But yet, interestingly, so you notice that the Dow Jones was high at 50,000 last week, right? Early this week. So what was the reason? Because you have the top 4 companies of the top 4, top 5 holds up to 60% of the weightage of the Dow Jones. So as long as you push the 5 shares up, you basically secure the Dow Jones upside. So the thing is this, why people are now getting me worried, because now there are speculations saying that there will be no rate cut until the May period. Now, if no rate cut until May, definitely this will hit the dollar. And of course, it will also create some fears for the market, because the market now is leveraging on this. But the main driver is because the day before, we have the non-farm payroll, and it's so much better than expected. So the market believes now there's no way the Federal Reserve is going to cut interest rate. Okay, so all these things basically confirms that no rate cut in the near term. So if you look at the Fed fund rate right now, we are still at 33 days to next FOMC, and it's like almost 92% expecting no rate cut. I repeat, no rate cut. Yeah, 92% is expected to hold at 3.5 to 3.75 which is the current rate. Hence, therefore, there will be no rate cut for the next one, which is happening in March, okay? So you look at that, and if you compare this with the April one, let me show you. Okay, you take away this March, you go for April. Right, April, we have 73.1%. Also expect the rate to stay firm. That means that the market is still expecting no rate cut until, right, the new Fed chairman goes in. Okay, then they expect the first rate cut to be done by the June period, that's after May, whereby the Jerome Powell is out and then the new guy is in. So because of that itself, if there's no rate cut the next two time, the market will have jittery. The market will have jittery. So that is one thing to take note of. The CPI data coming out today. Now there is a ongoing rumor saying that the data is going to be higher than expected. So that was why, and one of the reasons why you saw the stock market coming down yesterday, the gold coming down yesterday, because if the CPI data is really high, for whatever reason, definitely the Fed will not cut rate. That is a very important thing. And because the CPI data is high, definitely itself, there will be worry because everybody is used to the low numbers for the CPI. If the CPI, for some crazy reason, there's some leakage and it really happened, oh my God, that will really kill the market. So guys, not too sure how this one you read, but this is just only ongoing rumors, some leakage apparently, so not too sure, yeah? But the thing is this, I always believe the big boys have the numbers in hand. So watch out for the opening price. As long as the market stays above OP, you stay long. If the market stays below OP, you stay short. It's as simple as that. Follow, all right? Okay, so the CPI data you can see has been basically trending down since 2024. It was a high of 3.5% and then been trending down all the way. So the market seemingly feels that there's no reason to be panicked. So let's hope the CPI data don't go up, yeah? Okay, now I told you about Apple shares, right? To be very careful on Apple share, and indeed yesterday Apple share plunged by 5%. Now I told you Apple share will come down, and indeed it has really come down. And because of that, I still think Apple share will hit $244 by this month. All right, giving you my view why I think Apple shares come down. And of course, that pulls the market for both Dow and Nasdaq. Now, the VIX is something that I want you to watch very closely. I am pretty optimistic that there's something going to happen very soon. Look at the way it's swivel around, and we have a common point with a higher high. This tells me the VIX itself is going to show something. So I believe that VIX is going to test 28. Now, the test 28, it will be up by another easily 20-30%. And of course, if that happens, there must be a catalyst. All right, not too sure what would that be, but I just feel that this is going to happen in the near term. Yeah. All right, so we have a few times when the market went up over here and over here. Let's take a look what happened. Let's try this one first. We compare this with the Dow Jones. Okay, compare the Dow. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, not coming in. Hold on now. Let me close the screen again. Try again. There we go. Dow Jones. Okay, put it in. This symbol seems to be slow today. Normally, it's quite fast. Okay, for those just joining, well, thank you guys for coming in. We have almost 50 people online today. I'm pretty sure the reason is because people are quite concerned about their position right now. I'll share more if you can go today, yeah? Okay, I just couldn't get the Dow to come in, not too sure why. Normally, it's very fast, instantly. Today, it's just not coming in. Okay, never mind. I'll leave it alone, but you should know what I mean. All right, so the period of time here was October last year, October 13 to 17. So you look at the chart. Okay. Okay, last year, October period, where the market came off like that. Can you see? That's what happened during that October period, where the market came down. The Dow was trading somewhere from this point here at about 46,900, drop all the way to about here, about 45,000. Okay, that's a big one. And of course, the next move was, when was it? Let me just bring it in today. Here, but you have an escalation again, and that period is between November 13, yeah. So November, let's try again, 13. November 13, okay, this is where the market came down. Okay, so quite a fair bit, yeah. So there were two incidents where the market came down more than 1,500 points. So today we are almost seeing the same thing here. Yeah, we're almost seeing the same thing. So it is possible for the Dow Jones to trade lower this today and next week. Yeah, I already told you guys that could be a pullback in the near term. Okay, so watch out for the 95% mark. I think this is where the market will likely have first support, and that's about 48,000 level. Okay, so where are we right now? We're at 49,464. So if you're talking about that same thing to happen, then of course we're talking about 1,500 points downside. Okay, 1,500 points downside. Now, if this happens, that will basically make some good money. If you are interested in making some money, you can try on this. Yep. Okay, cool. Everybody clear? All right, let's continue. Today, a lot of things to share. Yeah? Just stay tuned. Yeah. Okay, so that is done to show you the VIX. VIX is a where you buy to basically, it's a protection act to basically expect volatility to happen, normally to the downside. Yeah. So the CPI data is 0.3% forecast, and the previous, I'm going to put myself a very simple number, 0.4%. That I think it will happen, because if you look at the market performing like this, suddenly out of nowhere, so much selling, maybe there's really some leakage that came out, not too sure. But we all know that oil price and commodity prices are trading higher, gold is going higher, so that all will push up the CPI data, yeah, FYI. Okay, so the thing is this, just one day ago, we have gold doing very well, okay, as buyer came in despite the strong data. But yet yesterday, term gold sell off, and it's also the same thing. Oh, gosh. So you see, this is the financial market. When they want to tell you that, it's okay, I'm buying, regardless of the strong data, they buy. Then after that, when the price fall, they tell you that because of the strong data, that's why the price fall. You see, this is why you don't need to look at news, guys. It's really a waste of time. It's just that above OP you buy, below OP you sell, and you just need to know exactly when are those important days to just be careful. All right, so you can see that the reason why gold and silver come off and the reason are actually unknown. No one actually know why there was such a big what they call sell-off. But the thing is this, there's some ongoing murmuring say that because of the carry-in trade, that's why the market now is selling in advance. And of course, there's some potential CPI leak today, and it's a hot number. Hence, therefore, all these are unfounded rumor, but people are just speculating that that is actually maybe happening. All right, three more news. Now, we all know that the China Central Bank has been buying gold, even though there have been some selling of gold recently. They are still buying. The Bank of China has increased their total holding to 74.19 million fine thrown ounces. My God, that's a lot. So basically, the value now have increased to $369 billion. Oh my God. Okay, it's basically about 9% of the entire China total reserve. Yeah. Now, one thing is that China, obviously a big country, they've been buying and buying, they've been dumping the bond. Makes sense. They really feel that the US cannot be trusted further, yeah, on their valuation of their own country. Then, of course, we do have an interesting setup that the market looks to foresee. They believe that the setup for the NASDAQ is identical. Hence, therefore, warning players to be very, very careful. And of course, if you look at it, it seems to be possible. Yeah. Now, for those who want to know about this, can go to my Twitter to look at it. Now, there are 40 S&P names tumble in the 3 sigma move today, and that's why some of the shares are coming down, especially like example Apple, right? And last but not least, the thing is this, we have a stress now. The VPXN and the VIX is all moving together in tandem. That I told you before, if they do that, that means there will be some selling pressure coming in the market in the near term. So of course, you just need to be very, very careful. And of course, you need to be independent in our views too, end of the day, yeah? Okay, so we are done with the fundamentals. Let's look at the technical now, guys. I know you're waiting for this. Oh gosh, look at the gold, my goodness. Okay, I will make more money if I have not do this. Okay, all right, guys, gold continue to go higher. Gold continue to go higher. Gold stays above OP and went up. Okay, let's go to the day chart first to analyze the market. So first of all, gold is going up again. Look at it. Now gold yesterday came off because of some selling, but now it's recovering. It's above OP. It's above the MA30. So it's a very strong buy. Yesterday, we have it ended near the MA30, and now it's going for the MLP at 5003. Now we have the KCL here at 4987, which is well very near to it. This KCL is wrong, because this KCL belongs to current bar, but this bar not finished yet, so you can use KCL. Apology. Yeah, KCL, do not use it. Yeah, it's wrong. Okay, then the KSI is green while the retail are selling a little bit. So the thing is this, how do we trade the gold today? Let's go to the 5-minute chart and I'll show you step by step on how to do it, yeah? All right, so this morning, the first thing you need to do is to sell gold. I hope you've done that. Sell below OP, you sell, and KTR -1 was given. But it missed KTR -2. And if you look carefully, the midway point is somewhere around here. I cannot believe that that's where it stopped. And then after that, we have the diamond line. The market did try to stay above OP for a short while, but heavily resisted by the MA30. So when the market try again, and this time around stay above MA30, I know that this is going to be good. Then the first target KTR +1 was given, well done. And then it ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, close below the line, red candle, go down. But very interesting, you see where it stopped? Exactly at MA30. Now imagine you are using those conventional line drawing, you will not be able to see this bottoming out effect. But because of us, we are using the straight line, right? So straight away, we know that this 4929 is a very important support, and the market really stay there. Hence, therefore, I know it will go up again. So that's why things happen for a reason. Watch out for this when you're trading. Now, here we are at KTR +3. So what's next? Very important. If the market still stay above KTR +3, then definitely it will be reaching the MLP or even higher level. All right, so watch out for this. If you are trading with gold, now it's not the time to chase because we are at KTR +3. If you really insist to chase, then you need to wait for the price to come down first a little bit, or it stays above KTR +3, and then you just buy all the CCRY up, okay? So I am saying that don't chase, but if you want to chase, make sure you chase correctly, okay? All right, all I can say is wait for the price to pull back. There's no need to jump in right now to just, because of you are thinking you'll miss out the 5,000 mark, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so leave it alone, yeah? Okay, now let me show you the 5% rule chart, yeah, the one on gold I bring to you. Okay, so you can see what happened on the gold market first. Now, gold basically opens here. Gold opens here, and then now it's up, going to MLP. Yesterday and the day before, we have interesting relationship. The day before, we have a closing above the 90%. So it looks good. But the next day, which is yesterday, the market opens and starts to go down. And you can see very clearly it covered the first KCB. And then after that, it's trying to aim over here, but it failed. Today, we have the gold going up. I think the MLP will be the key point. If the market cannot break MLP, we may see some selling. Now, if gold is to come down, it may come down all the way quite a fair bit, yeah, if the market failed to go up. Now, if the gold can stay over 5038, which is the 90th percent, then of course gold can go all the way up again to 5318, okay? But of course, on the same side, if the gold failed to go up, it may come back down. And this number, I can really see it on 4755, okay? All right, so this will be my target for today, 5038 first target, upside target 5318, but I don't think it will happen today. Downside wise, I think that there will be some support at about 4755, yeah? Okay, all clear? Yep, so that is the number for gold. You can take a picture of this. Every day, I know a lot of you are taking my pictures and using it for trading. That's very good. I want you to continue to do that. That is a very good practice. Okay, so let's just look at the Dow Jones now, the next market. Okay, the Dow is coming off a bit right now, below OP again. Okay, so this one a bit different. Everyone take a look. This is the Dow Jones, and you can see a very important thing. We have a 4 diamond over here. So by right, you have a KC, you have a diamond line. Now you notice this is a KCL level, right? Okay. So you notice that the market traded below the KCL yesterday, and because of that, that's why the market sell. I told you before, when it comes to KCL, when it's below you, you sell. When it's above you, you buy. Okay, so it's as simple as that as example. So what happened is this: you saw the market coming down all the way, breaking all the stops, and now broke below the. Now it's trading below the MLP, and it's heavily supported by the MA30. So the same thing like for what happened earlier. You can see that the market supports the gold market. Okay, so now let's take a look on the Dow. If the Dow continue to fall, it has to break the MA30, and then it will come down to the pivot 2 at 49,125. Okay, so please let me know what you're going to do, because something is going to happen. The big boys are buying relentlessly. The retail have been buying relentlessly. So the question is this: if everybody is buying, the question is who is selling? So who is the guy selling? Is it because it's just you sell to me, I sell to you? I don't think so. So I believe that for a market to recover, have to go down first, big sell off or big rest, and then buy up from the bottom. Yeah. Okay, so we are done with the Dow and gold, and then we look at the Nasdaq, shall we? The Nasdaq. Okay, quick one on Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is the same. We have the CCYR on the chart. Remember, if you see the chart, right click on this template. Okay, sorry, my bad. Just go right click and then refresh. You will see the diamond coming up. Yeah. Okay, something distracted me. Apology. Okay, so you can see yesterday why the market sell. There's a 4 diamond here. You draw a diamond line across it. Yes, indeed, below diamond line, you just have to sell. And the market also triggered the MA30 yesterday. So there was a bit of hit and get off. So both of it caused a bit of catalyst to the selling. And now we are still seeing the Nasdaq still coming off. The Nasdaq next target can be as low as here, 24,317, because it's very near to the pivot 2. So if the KCB, so if the market goes down to KCB, for Nasdaq, we'll see 24,317. Sorry, 17. Oh, my bad. Okay, this is 17. Okay. All right, clear. So that is for the Nasdaq. Now, because of the US market coming down, crude oil also got pulled back. And if you look carefully on the digression here, this is the 4 diamond. And then you have the market doing this. Am I right? So if the market stays above the OP and above the line, it's a buy. But if we go below OP as a line, you're supposed to sell. And indeed, it all happened. Okay? So crude oil price may have to pull back a bit more. And then after that, we may find a base later. Yeah, something that I will want you guys to reconsider. Okay, so that is what we have right now for the gold oil market and Dow Jones. Let's look at the China market. Now, China market, okay, yesterday and today continuing to sell. And once it hit the pivot 2, you can see here, it rebounded quite strongly, yeah, because the boys are also still buying. Okay, if you look at the 5-minute chart, I can show you. But remember, my set that I have now for my indicators are my master set. So I can play with a few markets at the same time. But some of y'all seeing it's very normal, you won't be able to see the market, yeah? Okay, so what happened? You see the China market opens first, and then when it came back down, look at it, stopped perfectly at the KTR -2, and the pivot 2 hit and rebound. Why? Because look at the boys. The boys have been buying so strongly. So you see that This is why when you have everything in line itself, you can see why it goes up. Now, why is so many green? Because now we are touching the MA200. Okay, so it's not the best deal because to be safe, to be strong, it should be above MA30, but MA30 now is it's on top. So we just have to leave it first, yeah? Okay, clear? All right, so we have the China market. Last but not least, it'll be the Bitcoin market, and that will end the session. Now, again and again, I stress this many, many times. I am not going to buy Bitcoin until we see a very significant low. Now, when the Bitcoin recovered to here itself, nearly about 80,000. Sorry, not here. Not 8,000. Sorry, it's 75,000. Sorry. When it was 75,000, I told you guys to be very, very careful. I said that this may not sustain. And truth be told, the next few days, the market sell. And this time around, the boys also came in to sell. So now we are 66,458. I think we have another room to go down. So let me just... Okay, I just having some issue here. So downside itself can be as low. All right, I just cannot get my things up for some reason. So it's about 63,500 around there. Okay, where we are now, 66,400. So if you believe that the selling may continue, you can sell small for this, okay? All right, so that will be all for today's sharing. What I want to say is this: the market is very volatile these few days. You need to stay tuned, watch the market, and then put your stop loss properly, yeah? And when the market is in your favor, go hard, go fast, and with the risk cap, you should be able to make money by the end of the day. Okay, thank you very much. Take care. Silver, okay. Anthony, want me to do silver? Okay, for you, Anthony, I'm doing silver right now. Okay, silver, we have the same problem. We have the boys are really selling. So the market goes up, it's a fake. So if silver is a pullback, you'll see back down all the way again. Okay, we may have to see all over again. So now the thing is this, the market, the low here, $64. Wow. Okay. So I think, Anthony, if you want to buy some silver, you can try $64. Then it come down to $64, the previous low or nearby, and then you can look to buy. Yeah. At the moment now, it's more of a selling trend at the moment, but the horse gold is pushing it up. So it will likely be testing MLP, but after a while later, the fatigue will come in, and there's a good chance it'll come down to here. But of course, at the same time, if the market doesn't even buy into this, buy into silver, the first target we're expecting to see is 84. Okay, 84, and next number is 88. Okay, I think 84 will be a good number to start off with. Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Take care, and we will see you soon on the Telegram. Bye bye.